pilots. Do not block the access corridor at any time. Be aware of oncoming traffic in the access corridor. Observe minimum clearance distance. Always proceed directly to your allotted bay to avoid unnecessary delays and/or ship destruction. This station operates under a docking reservation policy. Ensure you have authorization before attempting to disembark. The access corridor is designated a no-stop zone. Blockages will be removed using lethal force. Welcome to our station. Be aware of oncoming traffic in the access corridor. Observe minimum clearance distance.
Hello everybody, my name is Cole, and welcome back to Elite Dangerous. Sorry about the previous few days. I've been haven't had a lot of time to stream, so it's been busy and all that. So today I'm gonna do a short stream, probably about an hour. Don't think I'll be able to do much more than that. And we're gonna be playing Elite Dangerous. We're gonna be continuing what we were doing the last time I played Elite, which is we're gonna be hauling Rockforth fertilizer to where we are currently at Wiley Port for the community goal. And while we're at it, I'll probably go and pick up DSO and my rare money from both of those systems. Okay, So there was a Gallon article today, so we'll talk about that in a little bit. But first, let's target DSO and head back there. Looks like everything has been sold out, but we can most definitely just pick up everything we can.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
Hang on a second. I've got to check something. It looks like my Kovas got changed. Don't know why. So let's do a quick check and make sure. I don't have the female Kovas on this vehicle. At least that's what I thought. Let's see what we got here. Huh, weird. Really don't care. Okay, looks like it's a bug or something. Doesn't matter. We will just head off to DSO. Maybe we'll see if there's any missions we can do. No. Alright, once we get away from the system, from the station, we'll play the Gallon article today. Today's Gallon article, I would say. Yeah, this week's been kind of been busy. Yeah, mostly like just haven't really had the time to stream like I had previous weeks. I'd like to at least get a weekend of streaming 7 days, but you know, I'll probably have to wait till next week. Hopefully you can hear me. Let me know if you can't. You know, I did move to a new setup, and I am having to be a little more in front of the mic and such, but...
Scan detected.
Huh. It's weird. I'm gonna need to do some checks. Because I shouldn't be getting I'm getting the wrong Kovas. So, hang on. And we'll do it. Let's do it now. Okay. So we're gonna quickly reset. I'm gonna see if by switching I can force it to work. Okay. Alright. Okay, let's see if that fixed it. I don't know what happened. It should have been that. I mean, who knows? There we go. That was weird. But yeah, we'll get to, on our way to the starport. We'll play the Gallant Oracle, or at least what I can play of it before it inevitably cuts out. Well, it looks like Federation's gonna get what's in a state.
Superpowers collaborate to investigate Blight. A collaborative body has been formed by the three superpowers to trace the source of the blight that is laying waste to crops on key agricultural worlds. The development was covered by journalist Adeline Cross for Vox Galactica. We know that the Rockford fertilizer caused the advanced decay that has affected so many crops, but the specifics remain unclear. Was the corrupted fertilizer the result of an industrial manufacturing error, or perhaps sabotage by a rival company? Is there evidence of a deliberate effort to harm the people of the core systems? With billions of citizens facing food shortages, departments from all three superpowers are collaborating to identify the origin of the blight and halt its progress. The speed with which the blight has spread is frankly stunning. Rex Whitlock, marketing director at Rockford Corporation, released this statement. This development has come as a shock to everyone at Rockford. Our REX-7 fertilizer passed many rigorous tests and successfully increased crop productivity in controlled experiments, so we have no explanation for its calamitous effects. We would like to reassure customers and shareholders alike that we are cooperating fully with the investigation.
Alright, when we dock, I'll talk a little bit. We'll discuss a little bit about that storyline, because it is, well, storyline, that Gallant Oracle, because it is kind of interesting.
Before docking, and enjoy your stay, Commander. Request approved. Head directly to docking bay 2-4. Automatic docking system engaged.
Alright, while we dock, I'll kind of go through what I was saying. So, the big thing here that is I think there are two interesting items with, three interesting items with this Gallant story. So, first big one is the superpowers themselves. So, the Federation, the Empire, and the Alliance are forming their own, it seems to be their own investigation into the Blight. That is not to be confused with the IAAs, the Interstar Association of Agriculture, and their investigation. So it seems like these are two separate investigations. Now, it's possible one could be criminal and one could be, you know, just standard, but it is interesting that both of that there are two separate investigations ongoing. It's interesting that they do kind of hint at, you know, in manufacturing error or sabotage. They don't seem to hint the idea that, you know, again, they kind of bring up the idea that Rockforth doing like this deliberate effort seems like it's one of the things of super evil, but also is like, it's like it kind of harms their company bottom line. And given Rockforth's statement, which is a lot less, a lot less forceful than I was expecting. I was expecting to be a lot more forceful, a lot more like were right, you know, a lot more dismissive, or even just outright critical of what was mentioned. But it's, in fact, instead they have a very, like, we kind of don't know what's going on, we kind of had faith in our product and it kind of fell apart, which does seem to hint that there's something else going on. Again, we're weak phase 2. But yeah, the superpowers getting involved in this is interesting, so we should keep an eye on the IAA, because if superpowers are getting involved on their own terms, they might not trust the IAA to do a statement. Although there is a reason that the Federation got involved, and that is because Rockforth has a lot of history. The corruption that occurred in about, 500 years ago, approximately. That whole thing was a mess, and like pretty much cost the Federation a lot. Like, it destroyed the Federation's reputation with corporations for many, many years. But Rockforth kind of got away with it. They were able to use the Empire, so they have a very uneasy relationship with the Federation, at least from what I can tell. So the Federation getting involved is not surprising. It's the other powers, which also would make sense because the Blight has spread to, as they've said, hundreds of worlds.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
I forgot to do this yesterday, so I'm gonna get this done while I'm here. There we go. Want that money. Alright, so what we're going to do next is we'll then head over to Aurora, and I think after I run that delivery, I'll probably switch to my crate, and
Ship coupling disengaged. Be wary of traffic on your way out.
maybe switch over to my Mamba and do some combat. I'm kind of... Yeah, I will admit, considering all I've done for the past 2 weeks is trade, I'm kind of ready to do something else. So yeah, so it should be stressed. I'll repeat it here again. You can get, it sounds like 20%, might be 20-25% discount on the Type 6, Type 7, and Type 9 this week. You also get 20% reduction on cargo racks. So if you were looking to get one of those ships, like, now is the time to get it. And it's just those ships, so none of any of other Lakon, none of any of Lakon's other ships, just those ships. And I think it's 20%, some people say it's 25%, but I think it's 20%. Just as a quick reminder, because I believe it will run, if I remember right, it only runs through this initiative, which will end on Tuesday, so bear that in mind. Although it's likely it may end before Tuesday, but given its current track record, it will at least might make it through the weekend, but it will probably be finished by Monday.
Starcom wishes you a good journey.
Frameshift
Good, I
drive
was making
charging.
sure that my mic was on. As you do. So yeah, so I'm thinking after, I don't know, maybe we'll wait until after this initiative, is I want to do a full just sweep of the entire game and get all of the known not codex entries, but kind of log entries, because I kind of want to get them all compiled. But that's probably going to not be until after this initiative finishes. It looks like there was combat going on nearby, so we'll probably just join whatever is going on in DSO and do the combat there. I just realized I need to get back to whatever place I'm going to do my combat in and move my Mamba and hope it doesn't take more than an hour to get here. I think the next thing we're going to need to watch for is, now that Rock Force issued a statement, I think the next thing is to see if this new superpower coalition initiative bears any fruit. Now, I personally, again, stand by, still stand by the fact that I think it's a Guardian bioweapon. That the Plague is a Guardian bioweapon that was either found accidentally or intentionally, that made its way to human space through transport and then just got transported around because it was, on items. It would explain how it spread so rapidly. The combat zone will also be a good test of my bandwidth, my bitrate, because if it starts going to getting bad, then I know I'll need to improve the bitrate. Alright, I'm gonna make a quick check and see. I gotta check my jump range. And see what it is. It's 14 millimeters. How far is DSO? Okay, it looks like... Yeah, it looks like it's further out than that.
This station operates under a docking reservation policy.
Right.
Ensure you have authorization before attempting to disembark.
Alright. You'll be able to do a little bit of combat before I have to go. Probably not too much, but I'll be able to do some. But anyway, let's go over to Aurora while we're here. And they have the most of.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
I've exhausted pretty much everything here that can be sold there. In rare, so. Let's go head over there.
Scan detected. Shift drive charging.
You are clear of the station. Federal Flight Control signing off.
Alrighty, on our way. Yeah, in case you were wanting to know, they have snake-inspired paint jobs now in the store. I'll admit their paint jobs have gotten a lot more interesting with these patch, but I'll be honest, I kind of prefer I don't care for the like design-styled ones, unless it's a very specific design I like. But otherwise, sorry. Yeah, so I'm probably gonna watch whatever happens. Actually, I won't be able to watch. I don't know, I'm gonna have to think whether I'll watch PDXCon, because that's like 3 a.m. in the morning here. It's like 11 Central European time, because it's in Berlin. I might watch it, I might not. It depends on how I feel, if I'm able to get to sleep. But yeah, I guess I'll say my predictions for that. They are going to announce a new Grand Strategy game there. I think there are 3 possible games they could announce there that are Grand Strategy related.
Lakon, November India Charlie. Federal Flight Control welcomes you. Please submit a docking request before entering the station. Landing authorized. Vector for approach to landing pad 390. Automated docking assist is now in progress.
Okay, the first one is that it's going to be the Cold War Grand Strategy game that people have been wanting them to make. The reason I think that is that of the things like that, that's kind of the one area they haven't really done anything in. It's the one people want. Also, it's kind of, you could develop new mechanics, and it's not, also you might not have to do too much more work. You know, you could kind of take the Hearts of Iron aesthetic and kind of for it. And also there hasn't really been, you know, you can kind of do alt history stuff, and hey, with the current climate, you know, it makes sense to kind of do a Cold War style game, kind of set during the Cold War. So it'll probably be 50s to the 90s. Like, it'll probably be like 40 years or something. Like, it'll be like a... And yes, I don't think they're going to announce Victoria 3. I mean, not Victoria 3, Victoria... Because I feel like that game is their, like, the moment they announce that game, you should be actually worried, because that's their, like, okay, we need to make money game. Like, we have no options, we've got to do it because we just have to make money now. The one I'm actually kind of expecting, I think they're going to do CK3, which is the weaker thing, but I also feel like that is the oldest of their games. It's the oldest one they focus on. It's kind of the one that people talk about the most. And if they were to do that, they could potentially make that game a lot more open to, like, fantasy and other elements. And kind of build that in already.
Touchdown. Systems offline.
And then finally, it could be something new. Like, I'd be fine with them doing, like, a, you know, we built this ahistorical environment, like, mess around in that. That'd be kind of cool. Again, Imperator to Rome was kind of the, it makes sense, but beyond that, you know, that was the last, and now it's like, I don't know what they could do. It sounds like they're going to announce whatever the next Star Wars expansion is here, which the rumors have been for a long time. It is finally the Diplomacy expansion. I will be interested to see what they do with it. The same expectations are not super high. But we'll see. And then they're going to announce other stuff that might be interesting. And there's other stuff. I can't name everything off the top of my head right now, but there's other things that are developing. Empire of Sin. They're doing that Surviving the Apocalypse, which sounds like it could be potentially interesting if it's like actually varied apocalypses.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
I mean, I believe the game that is being the new Grand Strategy game that is being headed by Martin Antward, who is the guy who worked on Star Wars previously. It's a new guy. I can't remember the person's name that works on it now.
Ship released. Follow the grains on your way out.
Yeah, next week could be interesting. Like, this week, I would say, concluding in Elite is a lot of expected stuff happened. Rock fertilizer turned out to be the thing that's causing it. Well, it appears to be a thing that was causing it to expand rapidly, which, again, I don't buy either of that. It's like, how does it's like, something is causing it to expand across systems, and it's not the fertilizer, I don't think. Unless the fertilizer was the point of origin. If the fertilizer facilities were the point of origin, then even then it's like, then it's the cause, not... Yeah, there's something, because if the blight is being caused by the fertilizer, which, for all sounding, it sounds like it's not, then the fertilizer should not be causing the issues. Like, it made the problem worse in the regions that had infection, but it's not what's spreading it.
Scan detected. Frameshift drive charging.
But then if the fertilizer is not, is not the cause of it, then what is, and how is it being spread? I mean, I think I know how it's being spread because it's being spread on ships, because it should be stressed unless it can survive. Now, it's possible it might be able to survive the vacuum of space, but I feel like that stuff probably doesn't last long in atmospheres. So maybe not. We'll find out, though. So I'm interested to see what Phase 3 is going to be, because... because Phase 1 was like, hey, go prevent a mass famine. This is, hey, go clean up the biohazard that is Rockforth fertilizer. So is Phase 3... Yeah, we'll see. We'll probably get another Gallant article before the phase concludes. I'm intrigued to see what they do after this event, though, because this event comes the build-up. Will they... it seems like they're reducing it to one storyline, so is it going to be a thing where it's like, okay, we're going to start talking about the next storyline after this? Per se, is it going to be where it's like, oh, Galna just kind of goes down, which I don't think that's the case. Because if the idea is that we're having one storyline, then initiative, then that next storyline will probably be the next initiative. Whatever that is. Although, like, it's interesting to see, it will be interesting to see because... Because the big question is whether or not these storylines are connected. Like, moment you figure out we find ways to connected, we'll kind of decide, you know, which there is incentive to say it is, because the Festival of Culture storyline led into this, our cult, into the Scourge plotline. So if they are doing it where there is one storyline and it is connected and we're moving through the paces of that storyline, then, I mean, anything could be, you know, then it's possible that if my theory of this being a guardian bioweapon is true, this is them kind of building up to next year when the constructs are revealed. Because the idea is that, I think, like some people have thought, have thought in the player race, is that the constructs are not the Thargoids. They are not a race of, you know, the constructs are very secretive. Like, you know, they're very good at subterfuge, and hey, there's a lot of electronics you can easily break into. And if you're going to target humanity, the food supply, and the fact that all of the corporations in... You know, the other advantage is, like, all of the corporations in Elite are also massive and control so many elements of the galaxy. It's like, it's very easy to take control of, to harm major swaths of human economies. Which may explain why supposedly the rumor is they're doing base building, and the lore reason for that is the corporations have lost so many, have had so many issues fighting off the constructs in their hacks that they have been unable to maintain the economic, and the entire corporate system, the big corporations just fall apart, and as a result everyone kind of builds their own bases, because you kind of have to be able to control what is happening at them so you don't have fault lines and cause something like this, or potentially something much worse, you know, because this is a food crisis. But let's say somebody decided to, I don't know, send a message to every hyperdrive in the galaxy to self-destruct. That could be a little worse. Why not hit that? I was mean to hit the shipyard button and see how much time we have left. Is it here? It is here. Alright. We are going to switch over to the Mamba. I'm gonna look and see if there are any cosmetics that I would be interested in for this ship. I do actually need to go through and change my cockpit accessories. Yep, that's better. Actually, let's switch that to the other side. Let's swap those. Oh, that's the Raider back, not interested. Should I get the right? Dang, damn it. I think I shipped the wrong ship. Alright. No wonder. I was like, wait a second. Yeah, I shipped the wrong one, didn't I? I have another one. Yeah, I have a different Mamba. That's the one I actually use for combat. Okay. Well, what we'll do, hey, while we're here, we might as well look at my systems. This is my Xeno ship. I'm basically building it around figuring out how to shoot a Thargoid. It's not anywhere near ready yet. I still ain't got the bi-weave. Let's see what we've got. Well, I guess we can go for grade 5. riveting. Well, we'll just move over to my crate, Phantom, and maybe do a combat mission or something. That might be what we'll do. We'll just do that. Where is that? I think it's in Red Quad, if I remember right. Yeah. There's absolutely nothing that can be earned there. Unfortunate. Maybe we can do a mission there. Alright, well, let's go over to Red Quad, switch to my Crate Phantom, and I'll do a combat mission. I think some kind of combat mission. And then we'll call it, like I said, it's going to be a shorter stream than normal.
Access corridor is clear.
Well, shorter stream than normal for me is like nothing, so it's about actually an average stream length.
Scan detected.
Looks like it's on the other side. I mean, the one advantage of having no cargo is that this thing moves a lot better than it does when it has cargo in it. I mean, it's not agile, but it's decently agile when it doesn't have any cargo in it.
November India Charlie. Federal Flight Control welcomes you. Please submit a docking request before entering the station. Request approved. You are clear for approach to pad 2-5. Automated docking assist is now in progress. Landing successful. Engines disengaged.
Alrighty, so we're gonna switch over to my Great Phantom. Alright, let's see if we've got a decent combat mission. Alright, we're gonna do this mission here, I think. So yeah, so off camera I'm probably gonna go remove my Antizino ship back to Shinrada. because it's supposed to be there until I'm finished with it, and then I'm moving it out to the Pleiades. And keeping it there until basically until further notice. Like, it's kind of, you know, that's where all of the Thurwood stuff is, that's where it's gonna be. And again, the point, you know, the purpose of the ship is for me mostly just to get that Thargoid bobblehead, but it's also there in case I need something with a little firepower.
You are clear to resume own navigation. Stay safe, Commander.
Alright, we're here at Lave. So...
Incoming mission critical message.
Yeah, not worried about this at all. I mean, It's threat 3, for goodness sakes. Like, I mean, that's high, but not too high. I assume that eventually one day we're going to get threat 10s. I feel like it's going to be 0 to 10 is going to be your threat scale, and kind of everything gets balanced between that. With lower stuff being, you know, lower level going up to mid to high. So how many pirates did we need to kill? 7. Alright.
Mission objective detected. Cargo plant capacity exceeded.
Alright, looks like it's who we got. Yeah, we'll take out the Viper. The Viper seems easier to take out than the other ships. Off balance.
Scan detected.
Ooh, interesting. Kind of had a crash. Never mind.
Scan detected.
Weird. Now I think it's the first time I've ever seen this game freeze up on me, so that was interesting. Alright, let's take out this ship next.
Target shields offline. Under attack. Scan detected. Scan detected.
Already?
Target
That's
destroyed.
2. Let's go for the Chieftain. Chieftain should be an easier kill.
Target shields offline. Under attack.
There we go. Another kill.
Target destroyed.
And a decent amount of money on that one. Let's see what else we got. We need, what is it? 3 out of 7. Okay. Well, I'll take on the Python next. It's okay, who's the guy out here? And the Anaconda. No, that's a. Okay, no, never mind. It's not somebody. Interesting. Let's see what we got here. Well, let's go pick this stuff up. Looks like everyone else jumped, so we will be heading for the next phase. Next signal source. Yeah, it's 4 corners, we're not catching that. And this we might be able to catch. Okay, never mind. Looks like we've got some ships here.
Cargo scope retracted. Power plant capacity exceeded.
Alright, we're gonna take out this Python first. This guy might be a little more. As far as heat sink to try to keep.
Under attack.
Looks like we've managed to bring his shields mostly down now.
Target shields offline.
They're gonna keep forcing the turn. Looks like my shields, nearly lost my shields there. Can't have that.
Target shields online. Under attack. Target shields offline.
Alright, we've got 3 more ships to kill. Alright. Sorry I wasn't talking so much there, you kind of have to concentrate when you're doing that. Looks like I'll make enough to repay that, that ship transfer that I made accidentally. Alrighty, should be perfect. So.
Mission objective detected. Power plant capacity exceeded.
Let's see what we got. Excellent. We'll take out this bomber first. We'll fight.
Scan detected.
You next. Quick and convenient.
Target destroyed.
Quick and easy. There.
Target shields offline.
this guy might actually fight. Might not die in like 20 seconds. He's out, right?
Incoming mission critical message.
And now we'll head back to Red Quad.
Cargo scoop deployed.
But not before I go and collect some of these. I'll probably just collect one and head back. I don't think any of these are super interesting. No.
Cargo scoop retracted.
What's the nearest station? Force. Alright.
Frameshift drive charging.
Alrighty, we are approaching Warness. Now, this used to be a outpost, but I think it was 2 or 3 years ago it was redone to be an asteroid, because I think in fiction that's what this is. Yeah, we're gonna dock here, see if we can get any missions that'll go back to Marshall Dock, transport missions that go back to Marshall Dock, and then we will head
Scan detected.
Let's see, transport.
This is a flight regulations reminder. Please do not obstruct services during
Ship uncoupled.
Thank you.
Exit the station quickly and safely. You are clear of station restrictions. This is traffic operations, signing off.
Frameshift drive charging.
Alright.
mission critical message.
Interesting. Let's see what it is. See what this additional mission is. Ah. That was weird, okay. Hang on. Let's just mess around with the cameras. Anyway, I am going to get off now. Thank you for watching. So hopefully I'll be back on Monday. Don't know if we'll continue Star Wars at that point. It will depend on whether anything happens with the lead over the weekend. Over the weekend, I'm going to probably do some minor movement of some stuff that I misplaced here, and make sure everything is ready for next week. So thank you for coming out and watching. And I'm also going to get some archives up on YouTube, hopefully over the weekend. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.